Barkley has reportedly agreed to a 10-year deal with TNT that's estimated to be worth over $100 million. Let's be honest, Barkley is arguably one of the most popular sports studio analysts out there, and he's in a landscape where salaries for sportscasters have just changed dramatically over the years. And if TNT were to let him go, it'd just be terrible.
All right, folks, let's get into it. I just wanted to take a quick moment to speak directly to you, because this is it. This is the last time I'll be talking about it. No more interviews, no callbacks, no follow-ups. This is the final word. I felt like my NBA TV and TNT family deserved to hear it straight from me. I'm not jumping ship to another network or anything like that. I'm stepping away. I'm handing over the mic. Maybe to Jamal Crawford, Vince Carter, heck, maybe even Steve. After 25 unforgettable years, I've made the call. It's time to retire. And really, all I want to say is thank you. But while one legend is bowing out with class, Charles Barkley is out here doing the exact opposite, making headlines in the loudest way possible. After signing an eye-popping $210 million deal, Chuck's basically yelling from the rooftops, "You can't fire me." And honestly, he's not wrong. He's walking through ESPN like he owns the place, skipping out on shows, turning down gigs, and daring anyone to come at him. And the craziest part, no one's going to. Because like it or not, Chuck's earned that status, and everybody knows it. Meanwhile, things aren't looking so good for Shannon Sharpe. He's been quietly benched, cut loose by the same network. Caught up in a mess of scandals, legal fine print, and morality clauses that seem to get stricter by the minute. With corporate breathing down his neck, Shannon's basically walking on eggshells right now. And while Chuck's out here moving like he's CEO, loud, proud, untouchable, Shannon's not staying silent. Word in the industry, he's been calling out the double standard, wondering why Barkley gets to break every rule in the book while he got tossed aside. Let's be real, the hypocrisy is blatant. And Chuck, he's not letting it slide either. He clapped back with a crystal clear message. "I'm the one running the show now."
There's been a lot of noise around our network the last few months. And I just want to say, I've talked to all the other networks, but I ain't going nowhere.
The only decision we've been making is how long I'm gonna work. And I've been going back and forth with TNT for the last 2 months, whether I'm gonna work 2 years or 3 years. But if I really wanted to, I could stay for 7 years, which there's no chance of that happening, zero.
So, what's really going on here? How is Charles Barkley walking through all this without so much as a scratch? It all goes back to his no-holds-barred interview with Dan Dakich on Outkick. Chuck didn't bite his tongue. Not for a second. He laid it all out. He's done talking about the Lakers. And no paycheck, no matter how huge, is gonna change that. He's speaking his truth, period. ESPN can either roll with it or get out of the way. Most people in Chuck's position, they'd play it safe, protect the paycheck, say the company approved stuff. But not Barkley. He's built different. He's fearless, because he knows the power dynamics flipped. These days, ESPN needs him way more than he needs ESPN, and he's not afraid to say it out loud. "I'm unfireable," he told Dakich. "I make too much damn money. Even if they let me go, they still gotta cut me checks for 7 more years. And honestly, I don't even plan to stick around that long." That's classic Charles, raw, unfiltered, and totally in control. The only question left is, how much longer does he want to keep doing this? That's how confident he is right now. Meanwhile, Shannon Sharpe's sitting on the sidelines, watching it all unfold like a bad movie. Barkley's attitude: "I'm not worried about getting fired, and no one at ESPN's gonna tell me what I can or can't say. Period." And he's not bluffing. Ever since he inked that jaw-dropping 10-year, $210 million deal in 2022, Chuck's been running the show on his terms. And here's the kicker: that deal is fully guaranteed. If ESPN ever gets cold feet and tries to cut him for stepping out of line, they still owe him every single dollar. That's a bill ESPN's not willing to pay. No way. Let's be real. Charles Barkley isn't planning to be on TV into his 70s like Stephen A. Smith or Shannon Sharpe, who are still grinding every deal like it's make or break. Chuck's already halfway out the door. He's not chasing contracts. He's coasting. Shannon and the others, they've got to stay sharp just to stay in the game. But Barkley, he's playing a different game entirely. Earlier this year on NBA TV, he dropped the bombshell. He's out after next season. That's it? Not a negotiation tactic, not some leverage play. He made it crystal clear he's talked to other networks and has zero plans to jump ship to any of them. Bottom line, Chuck's got no strings attached, no network pressure, no need to hold his tongue. When he popped back up on Outkick, he brought that same energy. He's already talked with ESPN brass about how long he might stick around, but don't get it twisted. He's not planning to serve out the full 7 years on his contract. And if ESPN pulls the plug early, that's fine too, he still gets paid. Meanwhile, ESPN's scrambling through its own mess, and Barkley hasn't even officially joined the lineup yet. But he's already setting the terms. No get up, no first take, no SportsCenter. When he shows up, he's doing it his way, no exceptions. And here's where it gets spicy. ESPN is picking up inside the NBA next season since TNT lost the rights. So Chuck's making the jump to ESPN. And yeah, the network is hoping to squeeze every bit of juice from that $210 million deal. But Chuck, he's not putting in extra hours just because the paycheck's fat. And let's just say, he's not exactly thrilled about sharing the screen with Stephen A. Smith. He even lit up Kendrick Perkins on air, roasting him so hard you could hear the burn through the TV. Said Perkins couldn't tell the difference between a hole in the wall and, well, you know the rest. Yeah, that happened. So don't expect those two to buddy up on a set anytime soon. Chuck's coming to ESPN with no script, no filter, and zero compromises. And he's still cashing that massive check like it's just another Tuesday. And you know who's not loving any of this? Shannon Sharpe. Let's not forget. This is the same Shannon who got shown the door by the same network after that lawsuit mess. So watching Chuck stroll in like he owns the place, that's gotta sting. Word is Shannon's been grumbling behind closed doors. But before he throws a fit, he might want to check the scoreboard, because he and Chuck, they're not even in the same league. According to the New York Times, ESPN's paying Shannon $6.5 million a year, just to argue with Stephen A. twice a week on First Take. Meanwhile, Chuck's pulling superstar numbers. He's the main event. Shannon can't touch that. Sure, Shannon's got influence, but he's not bulletproof. Especially not with that civil suit looming. The one involving a young woman barely old enough to buy a drink. That's the kind of heat Disney wants nothing to do with. And let's not kid ourselves. Disney runs ESPN, and they don't mess around when it comes to protecting their brand. That's why those morality clauses exist in talent contracts, full of legal speak like public disrepute, scandal, and humiliation, all designed to give them a clean exit when someone becomes a PR liability. One wrong move, and you're out. Chuck, he knows how to play the game. Shannon, he's still learning the rules. And that's exactly why guys like him get dropped. Let's call it what it is. Disney didn't just randomly cut ties with Shannon Sharpe. He blew it. At 56 years old, caught up with a 19-year-old. Executives were shaking their heads like, here we go again. And this wasn't his first mess. Remember that chaotic Instagram blow up last year? We all saw way too much of his personal life. You'd think he'd learn, but nope. No PR team stepping in, no NDAs, just mistake after mistake. And when Disney's the one signing your checks, that's a fast track to getting iced. Because at the end of the day, Disney's brand is family friendly. And when it comes to their image, they don't play.